From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your afternoon update.
Well, the only day the Reading Rodeo tickets are available are for today, because Friday and Saturday are sold out. So your only, chance is to go check the website, readingrodeo.com, to see if there are any tickets available for tonight. If not, then you're out of luck and you're going to have to wait until next year. You can call the box office at 530-241-8559. You may have better luck there. All right, let's take a look at the Reading Rodeo and see what it looks like here for today. We saw a high of 99 degrees in Reading yesterday. Today it'll be more like 90, and that's what it will be like around the time the gates open, upper 80s by the time the event starts, and then temperatures, of course, start to drop as we get closer and closer to sunset. So looks like it won't be quite as bad as it was yesterday, at least temperature-wise. Not as warm over the next few days, but we do have a cooling trend as we approach the weekend. Cooling trend, let's just say that the trend it's trending downward over the next 7 to 10 days. But there will be some peaks and valleys in there. And you'll see that here in the 7-day outlook here in a bit. But highs will be much closer to normal by next week. And still looking at the potential for maybe some mountain showers by the middle to latter part of next week. We'll see if there's enough moisture to really work with. As of right now, it looks fairly dry. Looking at your neighborhood forecast for today, you got 90 degrees for the valley, 90 degrees for Trinity County. Why is it the same in the mountains and the valley? A bit of a delta breeze today. That keeps things cooler in the valley, and we don't feel the impacts of the delta breeze in the higher elevations. All right, so let's take a look at the big picture here. If you look at the very beginning of this loop of the satellite image, there is a little bit more of a prominent arc in the clouds here. That's the ridge of high pressure. But what's happening is this is all flattening out. And the reason being is because we've got these storm systems to our north that are riding over that ridge and flattening it out. So as a result, our temperatures will start to drop. But I do want to show you that we may still see some of that fog along parts of the coast here for this afternoon and evening, even into tomorrow morning. But a lot of that should clear out here by Friday afternoon, and then taking you into your Saturday, some of that morning fog around Eureka, and not to mention some of those inland areas Saturday afternoon, clearing out again. Maybe some afternoon clouds developing for some of the mountain locations over the next few days, but no showers or thunderstorms are in the forecast at this point. Taking a look at your fire weather risk here for the rest of the day today. That south wind is decreasing our fire danger. You see we're mainly in the green. We're kind of in that green to just barely getting into the yellow. So that's basically in that low category. But as we take you into Friday, things change. Because now we're not seeing the south wind anymore. We're seeing more of a north wind, and that is going to increase our fire danger. Now we're getting in the yellows and oranges, in that moderate to barely getting in that high category for the fire weather risk. And check out Saturday. We're going to see a strong north wind coming in from the northwest, especially the northwest side of, coming in from the northwest. The northwest side of the valley. We'll be looking at that higher fire danger, but where we're seeing more of a south wind to the south, you're seeing the lower fire danger result. Keep in mind, when you have a north wind, it's warmer and it's a drier source of air. When you have a south wind, it's a cooler and let's just say there's more humidity. You have higher levels of moisture coming in from the south. So typically you see lower fire danger with those south winds. Now looking at the trend, remember I was talking about how we kind of go up and down a little bit here. So we see a little spike Friday, Saturday, and then temperatures start to dip again. But you see how they kind of go up and down, then up and down. But we're going to be back close to normal by the time we get right around normal, by the middle to latter part of next week. So here's the reason why our temperatures are dropping. Remember I was talking about that big arc in the clouds? Well, that's the ridge of high pressure. We have a flat ridge of high pressure. It's been flattened and it's getting flattened here as we speak. So as these storms ride to our north, it keeps that area of high pressure flat and pushes the heat to our south and west. So by Saturday into Sunday, we're going to see our first push of cooler air. It's still going to be pretty warm out there, mid-80s for the valley, but our second shot of cooler air will be here by around Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, and that's going to be even cooler shot of air moving in, and that's when we expect those temperatures to drop down into the low 80s for the valley by the time we get into Wednesday and Thursday. But for today, no low 80s for the valley, more like upper 80s to around 90. Again, all thanks to that south delta breeze. Temperatures in the mountains, though, especially the eastern mountains, will actually be a little bit warmer today than you were yesterday. But we should see a slight drop for Siskiyou County, Trinity County, and some of the inland areas as well, with temperatures mainly in the low to mid 60s out along the coast. Looking at your 7-day outlook, we're going to start off with the valley. Temperatures kind of going up a little bit, then they go down, a slight uptick, then back down to the low 80s. So again, kind of up and down a little bit here, but the overall trend is downward, closer to normal by the middle and latter part of next week. Your coast, inland, and Weaverville, Trinity County forecast, kind of the same situation, although we're pretty much just going to average it out in the low 60s for the coast. A downward trend with your temperatures for the inland areas, and not to mention for Trinity County. Taking a look at Siskiyou County, Modoc County, and of course the eastern mountains, also looking at that downward trend in our temperatures as we go into next week.